introduction, cuz. Sanibonani. Njani. Siyaphila ngiyabingelela abantu nonke. Ngegama likaJesu Kristu. Amen. Nibahle. Njengoba sengilana, I can see everyone clearly. You all look so beautiful. Nibahle bomama, nibahle bosisi. Theme, nice, I want a theme. It's so nice to have a theme and then we all stick to it and we show up. Thanks for sticking to the theme. Happy Women's Month, ladies. I want you to look at your neighbor and wish them a happy Women's Month. Amen. Also, I want you to look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor you are beautiful, you are unique, and you are purposeful. Amen. My name is Ayanda Nhlapo, and I'd like to describe my life as the pursuit of identity and purpose. And that's what I'm here to speak about today. It's such an honor to be standing here in this beautiful room in front of all you beautiful people, experiencing such a beautiful and wholesome and spiritually uplifting morning. It's truly a blessing. Amen. I'm an actress, as I've been introduced. I'm a TV presenter, I'm a fashion designer, I'm a student, I'm a leader, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an auntie, and most importantly, I am a child of God. Amen. So my story began when I was very young. I've always known what I wanted to do. And I'm glad my mom is here so that she knows I'm not lying. I've always wanted to be on TV. I've always wanted to be an actress, you know, from a creche into primary school and up until high school when I decided at the age of 15 that I actually want to pursue this dream of mine. When I was young, the city must be getting TV ekhaya, I'd be very disruptive because I would want the attention to be on me and when film vela and the TV. So when you see my slave, you need to know, like, I think to myself, how am I going to do this? You see, my man, gonna go to shift the room divider. So what's the thing? I thought that's how easy it is. But little did I know that no, it takes a lot to get onto TV and be where I am today. So at the age of 15, I made a very brave and wise decision that actually has changed the trajectory of my whole life. I decided to go and study at the National School of the Arts. I decided to study drama and pursue my acting career. I'm so grateful to my parents to allow me to do the things I've always wanted to do. My parents and my family, my grandparents as well, they've always allowed me to just be myself. I've always been different, but in a good way. You know, I'm the one who's the life of the party. Ayanda, at that time I've already made friends. I've already, you know, sing away, sing a child, entertain abantu. So I've always been a people's person. I've always been confident. I've always loved performing from a very young age, like I said. So I think for me, it all really began at the National School of the Arts, because going to that school allowed me to be as different as I am. I was surrounded by like-minded creators who came from all corners of the continent, in fact, and everyone was just different, you know. And that school, for some reason, it made us celebrate being an individual. It almost felt like if we're in Naoko, unique, or there's nothing about you that you're embracing, you would be left out, you know. So if you like your natural hair, it allowed you to embrace it. Even sexuality, I'm a gay now at that school because people were allowed to be themselves. And that gave me so much more confidence to be myself. It made me realize how powerful it is to just be you. You know, we are all created beautifully in His image, and that is our power, that is our magic. So, fast forward, I'm studying drama, and that led me into getting into the fashion space after high school. And then I was scouted, I entered a competition called Young Designers, which I won. You know, then from there, I started to host my own TV show, but it was about the education of fashion. So, you know, it just all connected some way or another. From there, I was appearing on TV commercials, I got into acting, and now, fast forward, I own my own brand, which is House of Ayanda. So when you look back, well, when I look back at my life, and I look at all those moments, every time I took a step forward, every time I decided to be brave and chase my dreams and go for what I want, it was all leading to the next thing, you know? And sometimes it can look like it's chaos, you're not sure what's my airtime, business fishing, but it all makes sense at the end of the day. Sometimes that's what purpose can look like. It can look like a lot of different moments. Then at the end of the day, when you connect the dots together, you realize that it's a beautiful, unique story that I'm telling in the name of becoming what God created me to be. Today, I'm still becoming. We are all continuously becoming. That is what purpose looks like. I made notes, but I'm just speaking from my heart right now. I want to make mention of our late and beloved father and leader of the church, Dr. Morris Mbuyezu, who is a perfect example of constantly becoming. The journey doesn't end. I remember a few days before he passed on, I had the honor and the blessing of spending time with him. And it was my first time congratulating him in person because he had just achieved a PhD, right? And for me, I was like, wow, how do you do it? You're running a church, you're running a family, and then you're pursuing your career in academics. Like, I was just personally so inspired. And I congratulated him, and then I asked him, what was the title of your thesis? And he told me, The Wounded Spirit. So deep. A conversation for another day, that one. But speaking of the wounded spirit, sometimes that is what prevails us or prevents us from pursuing our purpose, especially as women. You know, I think we're raised and taught to be quiet, don't talk too loud, or don't ask questions, or don't be too ambitious, or don't dress too nice. Like, don't. It's always these don'ts. And when you look back, you realize how much society shrinks us as women, how much systems shrink us. And that, in the actual turn, can wound our spirits and prevent us from truly living our purposeful lives, embracing our identity, and reach our spirit potential, prevent us from truly out of space to just chase my dreams and set myself up to be an environment where I can thrive, where I can be myself. You know, I believe identity and purpose work hand in hand. You have to know who you are in order to pursue your purpose. Who are you? Ask yourself that question. I think this is my homework again for today. Again, what are my beliefs? What are my values? What are my dreams? What's my personality like? What are my skills? What am I bad at? Sometimes it's good to know that I see department. La is strong. Know yourself so that it becomes easier to navigate the journey of finding your purpose and becoming your best self. Right? We're all different, we're all unique. God made us differently, and that's our power. Your authenticity is your currency. That's what has made me get to where I am today. Being myself, being authentic. Because I know it's a currency. When I walk into a room, I know there's no one else who's like me. And that's my currency, that's my magic. Especially in the industry that I'm in. The last thing I need to do is try to be someone else. I've got gaps in my teeth. I think they're perfect. I don't want to go change them in front of my veneers. Oh, I love my teeth the way they are because it's part of my identity. It's my authenticity. You know? So it's the small things that we need to embrace about ourselves and be confident in that and walk in our purpose truly, you know? And I want to also say, going back to becoming, I'm still becoming, I'm still dreaming. Like I said, I went to the National School of the Arts when I was a teenager. I've spent my 20s chasing my dreams, making them come true, one by one. I'm a person who writes my dreams down, and then I pray over them, and then I devise a plan with how am I going to make it happen. And I stop at nothing until it's done. Sometimes it takes a while, but God hears those prayers and definitely makes it happen. So at the stage, I would say I've honestly conquered most of my dreams in my 20s. I've been on TV, I've been on billboards, I've been on fashion show stages, I've won competitions, awards, you know, you name it. And now that I'm in my 30s, I'm just, something made me stop and ask myself, okay, what's next? You know, what's next? What more about you do you want to continue uncovering and you know, exploring? And I thought to myself, well, I'm also an academic. And this is also me stepping back into that inner child, because that's how I've always been. As much as I was successful being a creative, performing, but I was also excellent as following. I was always number one. Ask my primary school peers, I am not lying. Always number one. I'm a truth. I'm getting emotional, but let me breathe. Because truly, it's an honor to tell my story. And in time, but it's truly an honor. This is part of God's calling in my life and me, you know, following through with my purpose. So I'm in my 30s now, and I decided to go back to school because academics are also part of my purpose. I've spent all my 20s doing the things I love, dreaming, making my dreams come true. Now I'm like, okay, what's next? And how do I empower myself going forward? And how do I still stick to my journey, my identity, and my purpose? I decided to go back to school. I'm doing my final year now in communication sciences. And my dream, because I'm still dreaming, is to also have a PhD, just like Dr. Boris and Gomez. I'm not too old. I told myself, yes, please, thank you. I'll be back when I have my PhD to show you. And we're going to have a big graduation party for that. But, you know, the point is, we don't stop dreaming. You don't stop fulfilling your purpose. You're never too old to go back to school. You're never too young. You're never too short. You're never too fat. You're never too this or that. We need to stop shrinking ourselves and limiting ourselves. Whatever you want, you can have it. You have to believe it. You know, and that is how faith works. Faith is seeing something that's not there yet. But all you have to do is believe and take that first step, even though you can't see the rest of the staircase. You don't know how you're going to climb or what's next, but you got to take that first step. It's never too late. It's so interesting. I haven't touched my notes at all. I did ask God to guide me through this. So it's in your belief system. It starts there. Your mind is so powerful. It's so important also to read the Bible. Those are the things that ground me and remind me of God's promises upon my life. That's why I'm so confident. I'm not worried. Sometimes I don't know what's next, but I just know God's got my back. We have to have that delusional sense of faith a delusional sense of optimism, which is all going to work out. Remember, you've been, struggling in Kaya financially, but we are wasn't paying. Why don't you start a catering business? Maybe that's your purpose. Maybe that's how you're going to change the trajectory of your family or your life. We all have a special skills. Sometimes it can take a lifetime for people to uncover that. Some of us knew already when we were very young what we want to do and what journey we want to walk. But I'm encouraging you today to start now. Ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? What's the next step? How am I going to get it? Apply for that job. Apply for that funding. Start that business. Write that book. Do what you need to do to fulfill your identity and your life's purpose. We are all here for a beautiful, unique reason. It's just about tapping in, reading the Bible, reminding yourself of God's promises. Another thing I do is affirmations. Song is made data, TikTok. I use that to empower myself. Every morning, I listen to affirmations. Get on YouTube. It's about 15 minutes. And for me, that's me investing in myself, just to remind myself who am I. And my affirmations that I listen to always start with I am, because I'm declaring it and I'm reminding myself that this is who I am. I always read affirmations like, I am worthy, because I am. I'm worthy of my dreams. I'm worthy even to be on the stage today. We are worthy. You remind yourself, I am loved. I am special. I am unique. I am purposeful. I'm guided. God guides us all the time. We just need to pay attention and look around. It's the small things that make the big differences. So I'm really, really grateful to be here. It's all God. And all you have to do sometimes is to get up, dress up, and show up every single day, and you will see a difference in your life. Walk towards your dreams, boldly so. Don't be afraid. Don't shrink yourself. It is possible. Even if you've just turned 60, it's not too late. It's not over until God says so. So I just want to say thank you for having me. May God bless your journeys. May God bless your identities, and may God bless your purposes. Thank you very much. Let us be blessed. Amen.
Thank you so much, Sis Ayanda. We can do better as a